Chief Maiko's amazing, right? An amazing woman in leadership. But coming in that early, Prince William County, Virginia, she was a fire chief there before women were seen anywhere as fire chiefs. And there's been a lot of trailblazers.
One of the biggest things is that being the first, there was no one I could go to talk to as to how to handle situations.
There's this kind of groundwork that's been laid. It can be very difficult being the first and kind of carrying the weight of the first that becomes sometimes a burden and an honor, right? There's that balance that you have to work with. But when you get leaders like that, Rhoda Mae Kerr, she was, one of the earlier female fire chiefs. And when you have those folks, it feels easier because it feels like I have somebody to turn back to and say, help. How did you do this? Why did you do this? What can I do it any different? Is it because I'm a woman, right? Is it not? Is it just because it's a regular fire chief challenge? And sometimes that's the answer. Sometimes it has nothing to do with your gender. But you need that kind of balance of who do I check in with? But it kind of takes a little bit of a difference at times to know you have experienced women chiefs who are now retired, but are still in the game and can still really help.
One of the things I noticed was that women weren't getting help from each other. I think they felt that they had to assimilate in with the men, so they weren't helping other women. They weren't even sometimes socializing with them, and it took a while for everybody to really find their place. But once I hit that assistant chief and I knew that I was doing okay, that I really felt that it was important to reach down. I joined the women's organizations. I just tried to offer women guidance on what path to go.
I don't like to really just stick to rank, meaning if there's a young lieutenant, female lieutenant that I meet at a conference, and they say, oh, nice to meet you, and I say, well, let me know if I can help you. I mean that. I'll hop on a Zoom call. It doesn't matter if they're from California or Ohio, and I'll start mentoring them, and then I'll say, let's find you someone in another state that could possibly help you that's closer to your rank and knows your challenges right there in the firehouse. For me, it's important that they see that we're doing the grind, we're doing the work, we're doing everything else that our male counterparts are doing, and that the challenges really are staffing and recruitment and apparatus and retention. Those aren't female issues, right? Those are fire service issues. So for me, I want to be present for those women. I want them to know it's okay to be you. You got to be a piece of who you are. It's okay to wear high heels to a meeting. That wasn't acceptable years ago. Some of those earlier chiefs would never do that. They would never wear a skirt and a business suit to a conference. There's those little things that women feeling like themselves in a leadership role is probably the most empowering and confident thing that makes them make really good decisions for their organizations.
I get to work in a position where I'm educating and training the next generation of leaders. And since we've been able to attract women to the programs are so much more interesting. The conversations are more strategic, more critical thinking, and I've had men even comment that when they're participating in programs now with the women, that they find it a lot more motivating and stimulating in the conversations, and they feel like they're learning a lot more because they're learning other perspectives on things. Yeah. I have a little saying that if it's good for women in the fire service, it's good for everybody in the fire service.